Well, it seems that LeBron James has found himself in a situation that I'm sure he didn't think he would have to deal with at this point in his career. Back in 2022, the NBA star, along with his wife Savannah, purchased a property that was worth 36.8 million. Already had a mansion on the property, but he decided with his wife that they were going to tear down that property and make their dream home. Sounds great, right? What could go wrong? Well, apparently, two doors down, just two, somebody decided that he was going to take advantage of a home that had foreclosed, had nobody living in it. So he apparently this person went into the home, became a squatter, um, and even though the owner or who's still listed as the owner tried to assist in vacating them, was not successful. It's in the middle of a bankruptcy situation right now, so it's sort of in between the owner and the bank. So police unfortunately have their hands tied because this person somehow, as these people sometimes find ways to do, came up with something that showed that they lived there and then was able to get a driver's license in that place. So now the it becomes a landlord tenant situation rather than somebody has stolen my home. So this home is, as I mentioned, only two doors down, has become a cocaine orgy of parties. Um, and although the rest of the neighbors include people like Jeff Bezos, Jennifer Aniston, and Ben Affleck, um, they just can't seem to get these people out. And of course, that makes LeBron worried because his home is under construction. Nobody lives there. You don't want to spend millions and millions of dollars to only have a squatter come over and take possession of your home. Now, these are Beverly Hills homes. So remember, these are elegant, very expensive homes in Southern California. Um, there's allegations that they throw cocaine parties at this location. One of the neighbors had gotten in touch with LeBron and told LeBron's house manager, and LeBron became obviously very, very concerned. The four-bedroom, six-bedroom home on Beverly Grove Palace had been on the market, sitting empty for months before the squatters took it over. So, lesson to those people who have homes that they are not living in. Make sure that you're going in and checking in them. My understanding of the law is 30 days, you're messed up. So keep going in, you know, get a friend to stay there while you're figuring your stuff out, or if you're selling it or whatever, you need to have a body in those homes. Um, the Daily Mail reports that the squatters have been throwing nearly nightly ruckus rave parties, and unfortunately that the police are powerless to shut them down. The parties don't start until about 2 a.m. and they go on for hours. There's been situations that resulted in assaults, fires, arrests. But again, it seems the police, because of the laws, cannot enforce evicting these squatters. Um, these squatters even went so far as to advertise. Why don't you come stay with me in my 5,857 square foot home? Uh, and they put this on booking.com. They were charging $300 a night and charge hundreds of party guests $75 at the gate. So this person's taken over several $1 million home, is using it for parties, or hey, let's do a Airbnb kind of situation. They claim that they are valid tenants through the homeowner and property agent. Though the homeowner and property agent deny these and say that there's no rental agreement. If there is one, they somehow have made it up and forged their signatures. Um, as I mentioned, there's billionaires like Jeff Bezos, Steve Wynn, Ron Burkle, all live within a mile of this home. Uh, LeBron James has now been forced to put up security, not for himself and his family, but for the house that he wants to one day live in. So he's had to hire 24/7 security guards to prevent these squatters from taking over his property, or using his home for these kind of drug-filled parties. Um, they're blocking the streetcars, and it's a nuisance with loud music and people floating in and out of the streets. Now, you have to think too, if you have these types of expensive homes, you just don't want random people uh, walking up and down your streets. You know, when people drink, do drugs, sometimes they can behave in inappropriate ways. Do you want that coming onto your property? Um, and how long is this going to be there? When the home is ready and LeBron and his family wants to move in, are they going to have to contest with their children being put in these types of situations? Um, the police were unable to evict the residents because they had obtained, as I mentioned, driver's license with the property's address and even produced a rental agreement. Oh, I wonder how they got that. Rentalagreement.com online? Like, this is just ridiculous. Um, and even produced a rental agreement which the property's current listing agent insists is fake. So again, these people are just making things up, and the laws being what they are able to get away with it. Photos from the 4-bed, 6-bath home that also includes a pool and bar and a LED lit disco room. It's just amazing that, well, I guess if you're going to squat, get a big home. I don't know what to tell you. Um, the homeowner insists that he has not authorized any rentals or residents. Um, he has hired a crime writer and journalist to do some private investigation to probe into these squatters. The streets have just been continue to have ruckus antics. Um, there are pills and other potential evidence of drug use around the house, which has prompted LAPD to refer the case to their narcotics division. So what it sounds like is, one agency saying, "Oh, there's nothing I can do here." Well, you know what, this activity is going on, so we'll send it over here. So it's just passing the buck. Recent police callouts to the home recorded on the app Citizen include a report of a man in a bucket hat assaulting someone with a metal box, and that was just in January on the 13th, a battery incident on December 2nd, and a reported burglary on November 23rd. So again, if you're having people who are not, living that lifestyle and are looking to make uh, illegal actions, take things that are not theirs, assault people. I mean, again, when you're drugs, alcohol, unfortunately, these kind of things can happen. Um, the home is entering in foreclosure, and it said, "I guess he left his friends in the house. I guess we can say they're squatters, but they're squatters to the owner. That's in foreclosure to the bank." And again, this is what one person's comment is. No one at this point to evict them, and they're illegally. The city attorney says, "I'm citing the home every time we get a radio call for a party. They're using the home outside of its original purpose illegally." So it just kills me that they know these people are there illegally, but their hands are tied. This home was previously owned by hip hop mogul Damon Dash in the years of 2003 to 2007. It later was purchased by a Dr. Munir Uwaide, I'm sure I butchered that name, sorry, who fled the U.S. in 2013 among an investigation into the murder of a mistress, Maxim model Juliana Redding, and indictments for multi-million-dollar health insurance fraud. So this property sounds like it had some great owners. Um, Damon Dash, I don't know if you've heard, is maybe tied to some of the Diddy stuff, allegedly. We'll see what happens. A private mortgage lender uh, said he loaned 3.8 million to the current owner of the property, uh, so that the court would foreclose. The process was frozen when the owner of the home decided to file bankruptcy. The owner actually tried to pay the squatters $25,000 cash to leave. But they said, no, we're staying. Why would I leave? I got a beautiful home. 25,000. Like this, I'm living a lifestyle of way more than that. So, although frustrated, the police and the courts cannot lawfully evict these residents. I don't call them residents. I call them squatters. I call them people who are stealing somebody's home. That's my personal opinion. Um, Everybody knows these people are not supposed to be there, but they're there. Until the laws have changed, we're going to get more and more of these types of situations. So Lebron has had to hire 24/7 security, not for him and his family, but for the home he is building. Subscribe to Rovis Rants, hit the like button, tell me what you think needs to happen so that people's homes and the possession of these homes are not taken away from them by squatters.